You've heard the old adage, go big or go home. Well, Triumph has turned that on its head. They're about to go small to go big. And we're going to ride it, and we're going to tell you about it on Road Dirt TV. Road Dirt presentation is brought to you by Law Tigers, motorcycle lawyers. Find them at lawtigers.com. Hey, this is Rob with Road Dirt, and this is the 2021 Triumph Trident 660, an inline triple. They call it an entry-level motorcycle, but it's really kind of a do-everything for everybody motorcycle that they're introducing this year, and the smallest in their model line. And yet I think it's going to make a big splash in the American market. We're going to ride it, going to tell you some of its features and why I think it's going to be a hit here in the United States. So, let's get started. Let's give you some of the specifications on the Trident 660. It's now, of course, by the way, a little bit of a caveat here. Spec sheets don't really always tell the tale of a motorcycle. The performance and how it feels when you're riding, and that's really the case with the Trident. The bike actually is a 660cc triple, an engine that's basically derived from Triumph's old street triple power plant, the old 675 triple that they used to run back in the early to mid 2000s. Makes about 80 horsepower to the rear wheel, weighs in at about 417 pounds wet weight, something like that. In the front, it's got a pair of non-adjustable Showa forks. In the rear, it's a six-way adjustable, I believe, single monoshock underneath the seat. Kind of a no-name brand, but it does the job adequately. It pinches on a pair of Nissan dual caliber brakes in the front and a single disc in the back, all of which is really quite adequate. But and I believe it's got about a 3.5 gallon tank, so not super long legs, but you can do about, I would say, 160, maybe 170 miles on a tank of gas. The seat height is about 31.7. I'm able to actually flat foot on it really well, and I'm about 5'8", 155 pounds. So the rider triangle really is quite nice to me. It fits me really well, a little bit pull forward, nice and comfortable riding position, and makes it, because of the shorter wheelbase also, makes it extremely flickable in corners, and we have had some serious fun with it. So let's take you for a ride on it.
The Trident 660 sports a 6-gear box. You got 1 down, 5 up, and man, it is fun using every single one of those. They actually call it an entry level, kind of a naked sport bike. They say it's kind of not tuned to be a hooligan bike like the street triple is or the speed triple. I have to kind of take issue with that. I kind of disagree with it. I think it's a little hooligan, man. I love this bike. Seems to me as I'm running up through the gears, you get about 4,500 RPM and up, and it just wants to wind out, baby. It really wants to grab, and you really feel the power and the torque as you get up in the meat of the rev range in each gear, man. It just wants to almost wheelie. So, man, I tell you what, whether you've been on a motorcycle for decades like I have, or whether you're just starting out, you'll find it's very easy to ride. I mean, the clutch action on it with the throttle is just, man, super smooth. Just releases and you just roll on so easily. But then when you want to get a little bit froggy with it, like I say, in each gear, by the time you get up to about 4,500 RPM, hang on, because it's going to wind you up and toss you forward. I love how they've tuned this thing in each gear. Oh my gosh, man. Super fun motorcycle. So because of the wheelbase, it's so easy and so flickable in corners. We've been diving through corners with it and just hauling butt up and down country roads out here where we live, and just enjoying the heck out of this thing. Great tires on it. The brakes are more than adequate. Shocks in the front and the forks in the front, shock in the back. Man, they work like a champ. They are plenty for this little bike. Just having a great time on it. The 3-into-1 exhaust, a little bit muffled. Of course, it's got a big old catalytic converter box down there, but it sounds decent. And I like the double-sided swing arm. It's got a nice shape to it. And of course, it's a water-cooled engine. You got a big old radiator up front, but it's easily accessible. I also should mention that it's got ABS. It's a non-switchable ABS. Got traction control and 2 ride modes. You've got rain mode and road mode. And we've been riding it in the road mode. Haven't had a chance yet to ride it in the rain, but if we do, we will check that as well. You know, man, and even scrolling through the menu up on the screen, boy, it's got it's so easy to navigate. Very, very easy and very user-friendly to navigate. Just simple, you know, left arrows, right arrows, up and down to maneuver around, and you hit the OK button on the left handlebar to select what you want to be in. A lot of it you can even do while you're riding. And just very easy, user-friendly interface. They did a fine job with the electronics on this.
So there you have it, the 2021 Triumph Trident 660. We've had a lot of fun with it. Want to thank Adam and Gina with Triumph North America for giving us the opportunity these past 7 days. We have thoroughly enjoyed this new entry-level bike in the Triumph universe. And let me say something about entry-level. I think it's more of an everyone bike, to be honest with you, because if you're a new rider, you're going to really be comfortable on it. It's very forgiving. The clutch, the throttle response, the brakes, the handling, how flickable and maneuverable it is. It's going to be a great first bike for newcomers, for returning riders, shorter riders, women riders, young riders, whatever. If you're a veteran rider, you're going to have a heck of a whole lot of fun on this bike, because it is a hooligan bike. It really is. It definitely deserves to be in the roadster class in the Triumph lineup. And I think you'll enjoy it as much as we have. Well, look them up on the web, Triumph Motorcycles, Triumph USA. And if you have an opportunity to see one, straddle it, get a feel for the rider triangle of it, if you ever get an opportunity to take a test ride on one, definitely do it. Right now they're on back order, I understand, in the United States. But after taking a ride and checking it out, you might just want to put your name on the list. Well, this is Rob and crew with Road Dirt. Ride life.